How much does a single anonymous letter really matter? Can one piece of paper, unsigned and unaddressed, genuinely shake an entire city school system? And how many times have we or our communities seen vague accusations spiral into real-world chaos just because someone said Trojan Horse? This wasn't some ancient myth, but a modern urban legend that unfolded in Birmingham, England. It's a story where perception wrestled with reality, fueled by a single mysterious document. By the end of this video, you will understand how an anonymous accusation became a national headline. The Trojan horse, in ancient Greek mythology, was a monumental wooden horse, presented as a gift to the city of Troy by the Greeks. Inside, however, hid an elite force of Greek soldiers, waiting to breach the city's defenses from within. This deceptive tactic allowed them to conquer Troy, a story that has echoed through millennia as a symbol of concealed danger and infiltration. Fast forward to late 2013, and this powerful metaphor found a new, rather controversial home in Birmingham, England. It became the controversial name for a school scandal that rocked the city's education system. An anonymous letter, widely circulated, used the Trojan horse's imagery to suggest a hidden intent within several schools. This naming immediately set a dramatic tone, implying a calculated, clandestine effort to undermine existing structures. The very term Trojan horses itself is a loaded one, instantly conjuring images of betrayal and a subtle, almost invisible threat. It established a narrative of an insidious plot, making it difficult for anyone to approach the situation without immediate suspicion. This clever, or perhaps manipulative, use of an ancient story fundamentally shaped public perception of the controversy from its very inception. The entire scandal, or rather the initial spark, can be traced back to a single anonymous letter. This document, described as incomplete, unsigned, and unaddressed, landed on the desks of Birmingham City Council officials in late 2013. Its contents were alarming, alleging a plot by Islamists to wrest control of several schools within the city. The letter didn't just make broad accusations, it provided a supposed blueprint detailing methods on how to achieve this takeover. It outlined strategies for influencing school boards, hiring specific staff, and subtly shifting the ethos of institutions. The anonymous nature of the letter was a crucial detail, making it impossible to verify its source or intent. Was it a genuine warning, a malicious smear, or perhaps a misguided prank? Nobody knew for certain, yet its unsettling claims could not be easily dismissed. This single document, despite its questionable provenance, created an immediate and profound sense of unease within the council. It served as the unexpected fuse for a much larger citywide concern. Its impact was far greater than anyone might have predicted for such an unverified piece of correspondence. But that's not even the best part. The most interesting is still ahead. The true scale of the impact of this letter is still to come. The anonymous letter remained a council secret for a few months, a simmering concern behind closed doors. However, that changed dramatically in March 2014, when the letter was leaked to the press. Once it hit the headlines, the narrative exploded into public consciousness. The media, naturally, seized upon the Trojan horse's imagery, turning a local council worry into a national news story. The immediate aftermath was nothing short of an avalanche of new allegations. Within a mere month of the leak, Birmingham City Council reported receiving hundreds of allegations of similar plots. These new claims were not just contemporary. Some reportedly dated back over 20 years, suggesting a deep-seated issue that had supposedly gone unnoticed. It was as if the leaked letter had opened a floodgate, encouraging people to come forward with their own suspicions, grievances, or even just vague anxieties. The sheer volume of new allegations created a potent feedback loop. Each new claim seemed to lend credibility to the original anonymous letter, even if individually they were just as unverified. This rapid escalation transformed a localized concern into a perceived widespread threat. The situation quickly moved beyond mere speculation, evolving into a crisis that demanded a significant official response. The public reaction underscored how readily fear and suspicion could spread, especially when given a compelling, albeit unproven, narrative. The core of the Trojan Horse's controversy wasn't just about school governance. It was the emergence of a full-blown conspiracy theory. The anonymous letter detailed a calculated Islamist or Salafist ethos being deliberately introduced into schools. This theory posited a systematic, covert operation to reshape the educational landscape. It suggested that specific individuals were strategically placed in key positions within school leadership and governing bodies. Their objective was allegedly to steer the curriculum, school policies, and overall culture towards a particular religious ideology. The letter even speculated about expanding the scheme to other cities, implying a much larger, coordinated network beyond Birmingham. This detail significantly amplified the perceived threat, turning a local school issue into a potential national security concern. The Operation Trojan Horses became a popular phrase to describe this alleged plot, solidifying the idea of a clandestine, organized effort. It wasn't just about a few individual schools, but a broader, systemic challenge to secular education. This perceived scale and ambition naturally stoked public anxiety and demanded immediate intervention from higher authorities. But you won't believe what the official investigations ultimately uncovered. The truth, as often happens, proved to be far more nuanced than the initial panic suggested. The mounting public pressure and the serious nature of the allegations left no choice but for official bodies to intervene. 2 major investigations were promptly launched to get to the bottom of the Trojan Horses affair. The Department for Education commissioned the Clark Report, a comprehensive inquiry into the allegations across Birmingham schools. Simultaneously, Birmingham City Council initiated its own investigation, resulting in the Kershaw Report, focusing on local governance and conduct. These were not minor reviews. They were extensive undertakings, involving interviews, document analysis, and deep dives into school operations. The governmental response demonstrated the gravity with which the accusations were treated, reflecting the widespread public concern. After months of meticulous work, both reports delivered their findings, and they were nuanced, to say the least. Crucially, neither the Clark Report nor the Kershaw Report found any evidence of an organized plot. This was a significant finding, directly contradicting the sensational claims of the anonymous letter and the subsequent media frenzy. However, the reports were not entirely dismissive. They did allege behavior indicative of a concerted attempt to change schools. This included concerns about governance, a lack of transparency, and attempts to influence school culture in a way that raised questions about inclusivity and appropriate oversight. So, while the plot was debunked, a more subtle, yet still problematic, pattern of behavior was indeed identified, leaving the public with a complex picture. So what are we to make of the Trojan Horse scandal? An anonymous, unaddressed letter sparked a citywide panic, led to national headlines, and prompted 2 major governmental investigations. While these reports ultimately found no evidence of an organized Islamist plot, they did highlight troubling behaviors in some schools. This affair serves as a potent reminder of how readily a powerful metaphor, coupled with an unverified accusation, can ignite widespread fear and suspicion. It illustrates the complex challenge of discerning truth from rumor in our interconnected world, especially when sensitive topics are involved. The Trojan Horse's story in Birmingham stands as a cautionary tale, a testament to the power of suggestion and the ripple effect of a single mysterious piece of paper. It leaves us pondering the true author and intent behind that initial letter, and the lasting impact of its carefully chosen words.